Again, when we say JavaScript is a synchronous single-threaded, what do we mean by synchronous single-threaded? First, let's understand what it means by, or what is meant by single-threaded. This joint word, single-threaded. A single-threaded means one command at a time. One command at a time, or execution of a command is done one at a time. Okay, so this brings us to what we call an interpreted language. JavaScript is an interpreted programming language. Okay, we have another paradigm of concepts called compiled languages, like the C, C++, Java. These are compiled languages, but JavaScript is an interpreted language. Let me use this scenario to explain what is meant by an interpreted language. Assuming you go to an occasion, a program somewhere where there is this language barrier, so when the speaker speaks, then there will be an interpreter who will interpret. Okay, so when the speaker says something, maybe a line of a sentence, then you will have an interpreter who will interpret another line, then the interpreter will interpret another line, then the interpreter will interpret. This makes the execution of the command one line after line. Okay, but when we say a compiled language, all the program or all the lines of code will get compiled once, meaning all the errors will be checked, everything, errors and all those things will be checked. After checking, then the program will be compiled. After compile, we will get what we call the exe file. Okay, we will get what we call the exe file. This makes the compiled language faster than an interpreted language. Okay, this makes compiled languages more, faster than interpreted language, because for the interpreted languages like Python and JavaScript, everything is done line after the other, line after the other, line after the other. So this line will get executed, then it will get interpreted before it will come back to. So it's kind of slow, the execution. Okay, this is what is meant by an interpreted language. Everything is done line after line after line after line. But a compiled language is everything, the whole code, whether it be 1,000 lines of code, will get compiled, then it executes at once. Okay, so it makes compiled languages very faster than high level languages like JavaScript and Python and the rest. I've mentioned another another term, high languages. They are called high languages because high programming language, they are closer to human understanding. For instance, a programming language like Python is more or less like normal English language. You can read it like normal English language, so it is more closer to human understanding than those compiled languages or lower level languages, which is more or less a machine level language like C, C++, and Java. Okay, so this is what is meant by interpreted or single-threaded execution. And we have what we call a synchronous when it comes to synchronous, single threaded, let me explain this. Synchronous single threaded means that execution is done one at a time in a specific order. Okay, execution is done one at a time in a specific order, which means the control can only go to the next line of execution after the previous the previous line is completely executed. Let me repeat this. It is called synchronous single threaded because the execution is done one after the other, line by line, at a time, in a specific order, which means the control can only go to the next line of execution after the previous line is completely maybe this line is completely executed before the control moves to the next line. So all these are what makes the compiled languages, or what makes these interpreted languages a bit slower than compiled languages. Okay, so basically these are what makes programming language like JavaScript a high or an object oriented synchronous single threaded programming language. Okay, I hope you understand my explanation to what is JavaScript as a programming language. I hope you understand. If you have any doubts, just leave your comments at the comment section. I will do my best to answer your doubts and clear everything to you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Public to Know, because it motivates us to do more content for you like this. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.